Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel here in Oceanport, New Jersey. And I'm meeting Abe here. Abe, I bumped into a while back, and he has this awesome Volkswagen Syncro, and he recently decided to sell it. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and I asked him if he could give us a tour of it before he passes it on. Abe, welcome to New Jersey Outdoor Adventures.
How's it going? Thanks for having me. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got a 1987 Volkswagen Vanagon. It's a Syncro, which means it's four-wheel drive. So it's not the traditional standard two-wheel, which is nothing wrong with that. They're all great, they're all fun. But this one happens to be a little unique compared to what's out there. Great for off-roading, great for road trips. I'm going to show you the inside here. So we changed out the flooring to a laminate wood flooring, kind of trying to give it that little cabiny feel, which is, in my opinion, I like it. Took out the two, typically you'd have the two front seats here, or the two rear facing seats. Took that out to give myself more room. Usually put a Yeti cooler here, and then I put my pantry there for food, for dry food. But it's got the captain's seats here, so I will rotate this around so you guys can see how it becomes basically a little living room. So I'll pull the latch up here, flip it around. You know what? So we'll take that there. And you basically got a little living room set up here. Going camping, we do a lot of beach camping. So that makes it real nice. Got the radio here. Got my two knobs here, so if I pull those two back, this thing goes into four-wheel drive mode. I've had this thing down in Baja quite a bit. It's like a little tank, is what I've heard comments on as far as that goes. Got your heating, cooling here. What else? Got all my air conditioning components here. I mean, you can see it's an 87. It's still very clean. You know, you got the ceiling line there. You can see how white and clean it is, and we're pretty meticulous about everything. I've got two marine grade batteries, one under this seat and one under the driver's seat. Got the inverter there, so you can plug in electronics, you know, computers, laptops, and whatnot. And then if you go to the back here, you know, if you're just making an office day or just want to hang out and get out of the sun, got a nice little table here. Got some cup holders on the left and right, but makes it a good little eating spot. If it gets a little hot, just open up a window here. Get a nice little cross breeze, but works out pretty nice. Putting it away is very easy. Just pull this latch here at the bottom, fold it down, and then that just snaps into place. If you want to take a nap, got this fold out bench seat here. There's a latch in the back. So I'll go ahead and pull that. Before I do that, I apologize. Before I do that, got a little compartment area here below the bench seat. And that's typically where we'll put blankets, curtains. We've got netting, so if you want to leave all the doors and windows open, you can do that. We got snap-in fittings here. But turning this into a bed is pretty easy. Pull this forward, like so. And this piece right here goes right back. And you push out the mat back here, and that gets flush and flat. You can lay straight across that, no problem. In fact, let me go ahead and pull that back door open there. And I also have a netting that goes in the rear side of this. So you can see how comfortable that is as far as sleeping arrangements go. Nice big open bed. And again, I got snap-in fittings here all around that I installed. And so we put a netting here, netting on the side door, and then you've got a nice big open ventilation system. Got the steel bumpers here. So if any rear ends me, bad on them. Got the hella rear light, so at nighttime if you're off-roading, want to back up, turn that thing on, it lights everything up. Checking oil, checking coolants is all right there. This little hatch down. It's a 2.1 liter, so it's not the fastest vehicle on the road, but go about 65, 70, no problem. Great engine. I've had nothing but compliments from any mechanic I've taken it to. Brought this in from Southern California, and my mechanic out there is my third Volkswagen van, and went to him for about 25 years, and he goes, "Abe, don't buy a Syncro." And I went and bought this thing, and I brought it to him. I go, "Jose, how did I do?" He goes, "You did good, man." He goes, "You got a good motor." And I'm relentless about oil changes. I've taken my van to him several times, and he's actually turned me down as far as oil changes go, because I'm kind of out of control. Got the spare tire here on the back. If I close it up, makes it nice if you're off-roading and you run into trouble. That's an easy, pop it right off, throw it on whatever tire to change out, and you're set to go. Anything underneath the vehicle is rust-free. I actually changed out the stock tires, and I went with the off-road tires, the Baja from Goodrich. I got the Go Westy rim here, took it and got it powder coated, gunmetal black, just to get a little more of that tough look. Got new shocks on there, the KY shocks. I mean, you name it, done a lot of things to improve the performance of the vehicle. Got some Go Westy parts under here as well. But again, I mean, this thing's been in California for I don't know how many years. I've owned this vehicle for about 8 years. And the person before me that I bought it from took good care of it. I've taken good care of it. It's always been garage kept, no rust. In fact, the original owner has tried to buy it back from me when I first bought it. I like to keep things safe. So we got the fire extinguisher there that we actually mounted. So it just pops right through, and if anything goes wrong, you can attend to it quickly. It's got 189,000 miles, I believe. Yep, 189,000 miles. Pretty cool too. My best bud back in California helped me do some rigging on this vehicle. And one of the things that I really like is it's got a little stomp button there. So if I want to turn on my high beams on the off-road beam rack, I can stomp it with my foot and get a nice bright effect. I love these windows here. It's great as far as cruising goes. If you want some ventilation, some wind on you, you can turn these guys and you get a lot of wind. It's almost like it's the convertible for the Vanagon. What else do we got here? Got the steel bumpers on the front here as well. Again, I got the light beam on the top. Yeah, anything you see, a lot of people actually will take the spare tire section here. Mine's empty, and I've actually seen guys cut out the bottoms of trash cans, and they'll put them inside there, and they'll use that as another storage compartment, which is pretty clever. I haven't done that yet, but I thought it was pretty slick. But yeah, it's a again 1987 Volkswagen Vanagon, pretty clean in my opinion. Again, garage kept. So moving to the top here, my best buddy, who now is the founder of Rig Racks out of Santa Barbara or Carpinteria, California. He actually designed and built my rack system above, and all with the thought of having a Tepui tent, which is a great tent if you're looking for a rooftop tent. Let me jump up there. Let me show you my little ladder system here on the back. So climbing up, I got two little ones. My oldest little girl loves this thing. It's like a jungle gym, but very easy to climb up. I've already unzipped the rooftop tent for you, but you can see, I mean, I'm very proud of this rack. Again, my best bud built this thing, welded it, designed the whole thing, took it in to get powder coated and mounted it. And again, it was all really designed to go around the Tepui tent. So what's great about this tent is there's a rear facing door that opens up, and it's almost like you have a little back patio when you're out camping. I like to shoot photos, so sometimes you need that high point of view. We're getting it ready here. I'll go ahead and take the ladder here, and I extend it all the way out, just like so. And I gotta jump back down there, but you can see how durable the rack system is here. Put my surfboards, longboards, whatever you need up here, just to get it out of the vehicle. And then climb right back down. Set to go. So we'll go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and pull the tent apart. Got these little clips here on the side, on both sides actually. I'm going to release that, and then that fully extends out the tent. The tent's very easy to set up. I mean, it takes about 2 minutes. And it literally, I believe, would, and Syncro tent should be paying me to say this, but I would say this thing would withhold a hurricane. That's how strong these are. Great tent. I'm gonna take this guy here, grab the ladder here, and I kind of give it a little push for some momentum. So when I do that, I'll pull at the same time. So right there, it's about as easy as it gets. You want to make sure that you start from the top of the Syncro tent ladder to go ahead and begin your locking of the ladder. So as you hit these little tabs here, that allows it to move up. Basically, that's your setup for the tent. And quick and easy. I've got a little, I've got 2 little poles I put up there. And I'm not going to set it all up just due to time frame, but I want to give you a look at the inside of these things. They're very spacious. Insert one pole little piece here. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but it's not too bad. Pop that out. And the same thing on this end here. And this guy rolls right up. Again, I want you to get a little glimpse of how spacious the inside of these tents are. And the Westphalias are great Vanagons. I've had one myself, but I personally like the design of this because it separates the top from the bottom. We got 2 little kids, so sometimes it's nice to get some separation going on. Take a look. And it's got the windows that open up on both sides, left and right, and like I said, it's got the same exact door you're standing in right now in the rear, so you can literally crawl through and walk out onto the back deck is what I call it. But great tent, very easy. I mean, you saw how fast and easy that was to set up. So again, you know, there's pros and cons to the Westphalias versus the tin top. This is a tin top, and we could have bought a Westphalia, but we like the idea of having a rooftop tent. And so, in my opinion, it worked out great. I thought it was a good decision. Moving on, again, rig racks. Give my buddy some big shout outs. Designed a great awning system, the best on the market in my opinion. I am a short guy, so I'm gonna have to use a step stool, but come on over here, I'll show you how this all works. Again, very fast and easy. I'm gonna unclip the top here. And this bar can be used on this side or that side in conjunction with the other bar. So he's got a little slip-in spot here at the top. That pops right out. And then I'll go to this side and insert it into the rear side here. So we've got the holes there on the hinge holes. So we're gonna pop this in there as well. Okay. And then the design that he put together allows this piece to lock in. So when I do get the pressure from both sides of the awnings, it pulls it together, and that allows that tension to be there. So I'll do the same thing on this end here. I'll release the other awning bar. Swing that out. Again, best awning in my opinion. There's a lot of awnings out there. I have yet to see one that's designed better than this one. A canvas awning cover, which rolls up tight to fit in here. Sometimes a little too tight. But for a hot day, you're by the beach, you know, you're out somewhere where the sun's beating down on you and you want to sit out in front of the van, this comes in really handy. first. And I would also like to mention that through a hurricane, I feel like this would hold up fairly well. I mean, there's no telescope arms to deal with like you would with other style awnings. This is all attached to the actual rack, so it's all self-contained. Again, Rig Racks designed this whole thing, I'd say about 4 years ago. He went into business for himself. And I'd say Greg Stahl, you know who you are, has about 4 vans sitting out in front of his house every day. Because people like his work, the things he's done. In order to prevent any rain from weighing down in the middle, handy little step stool. Look at everything you could have thought of. Did a good job at that. So I'll just put one up right now, but I got a couple of them in there, go there. And now if there's any rain, it allows it to run off the awning rather than sag and sit into the middle. But I mean, I like to call this a Swiss Army knife. It really is. You know, you'd never guess that this would all come together like so.
So for our viewers that might not be familiar with this van chassis, is this still on the market in the US, this style van?
They don't make them anymore, no. Volkswagen Vanagons, I mean, I've heard that they designed something new, up to date, but I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's been talked about. I don't know if it's officially been released, but as far as this style, I mean, the new style that they're going to design or have designed is not going to, it's not going to look like this. It's going to be a 2020, you know, iPhone style Vanagon, you know.
And then for our viewers, what would you estimate miles per gallon?
That's a good question. You know, I really don't pay attention to that. I just go, but it does pretty well. I mean, we can drive about 4 hours and go through go from full to almost empty. You know, 3 to 4 hours. So.
And then why this? When you were shopping for something for your family to get away for the weekend, or maybe this was before you had a family, there's a lot of different RVs out in the market, big Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers. What made you decide on something like this? Honestly,
the Vanagons kind of hold a special spot in my heart. As a little kid, my dad was military. We moved all over the world, and I actually called my mom before we met today just to confirm this, but we had a Vanagon in London. I actually had an English accent until I was about 6 years old. But we had a Vanagon Volkswagen in London, and then we moved it to Virginia when we lived on the East Coast, and then we sold it and got another Vanagon, a blue one. We went from blue to silver, called it Silver Bullet, I remember that. And we drove that Vanagon back and forth, my little brother, my little sister, my mom and dad, back and forth from East Coast to West Coast, probably about 3 or 4 times, because we're visiting family. And so as we grew up, high school time, my parents still had that Vanagon. That was the first car I ever drove. I'll never forget. they had an automatic, and we would go to my dad's office on the military base. My mom would leave us in the car with the car running, and my brother and sister would be in the back, and I'd jump in the driver's seat. And I just thought it was such a thrill to put it in reverse and go backwards and go forward and go backwards. I was like 9, 10 years old. Horrible. But that's kind of where my love started for the Vanagons. That was my first car to drive. And then my parents moved to Malaysia, and I moved to Malaysia and came back to visit California, and I ended up staying in California, and I bought a Vanagon, and I kind of lived out of that, / on my best bud from Rig Racks, his couch down in San Diego. But I would drive up and down the coast quite a bit. I grew up surfing, so it was always perfect to have a vehicle that I can pretty much camp anywhere I want and be comfortable and safe. So it's kind of where my love for the Vanagons came from. And then I bought a 67 split window, had a good time with that thing for about 2 years, and I wanted a Volkswagen Vanagon again. So I came back and got the Syncro. So I kind of bumped up a little bit as far as what I traditionally had. But yeah, I love them, man. They're a great time. I'm actually kind of bummed to sell this thing just because, you know, again, it's my passions for the Vanagons, but right now, our time of life, we've got a couple things going on. We got little ones, so we're gonna take a new chapter in our life and take it a little bit of a different style.
Any tips for our viewers? We have a lot of viewers that are exploring the idea of van life, or at least a Class B motorhome. Anything that you could share when someone's shopping for, say, a Volkswagen compared to some of the other things out in the market, what to look for?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, another reason why I do like this style of travel and camping and just getting outdoors is it's all self-contained. You know, when you do the trailers, and you know, nothing wrong with that. When you do the trailers, it kind of changes up the game a little bit as far as, you know, pulling into a major city and being able to parallel park. That's what I love about this vehicle, is I can still parallel park in a busy area and then come back and to my camp spot and set up like it was meant to be at the camp spot, you know. So I mean, you kind of got to take all that into consideration when you're looking for a vehicle that's going to take you outdoors, and whether it's canoeing, camping. You know, the rack also designed to carry surfboards. So I mean, I feel like anything that you're passionate about, that you know, that's what you want to get out and do, you got to gear your vehicle towards that, you know. So I mean, that's really the only advice I can give. I'm not a professional by any means.
But it does give you the freedom. I guess that's what people are looking for, the freedom to be able to do whatever they want.
Absolutely.
Whenever.
Yeah, I work in the corporate world and I love it, but I also have that side of me that likes to get out and be free and go surf and camp and all that. And this, when you get in these vehicles, it just gives you that. It's just it just takes you that next step, you know. So it's good.
Well, Abe, I really appreciate you taking the time to give our viewers a tour of your van. I know when I stumbled upon it a while back, I was all crazy about it. I'm glad that we were able to get together to do this, and I'm going to leave a link in the description of where you're going to be able to find this for sale. And I'm sure it's going to sell very quickly. The price will be in the ad as well. And thank you for doing the video for New Jersey Outdoor Adventures.
Anything for you, my man. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love it, and we'll see you soon.